Thompson Center Arms Patriot Pistol, William Hovey Smith, 2014. I'm the author of Shooting and Maintaining Your Muzzleloader, and here is a black powder target pistol that every serious pistol shooter should own.
This is Hovey Smith, the Backyard Sportsman. And today we're going to revisit one classic muzzleloader from the past. And this happens to be the Patriot pistol made by Thompson Center. Thompson Center was, of course, famous for its contender. The first really effective single-shot sporting pistol put out in modern times that, well, ultimately grew into an entire company, including muzzleloading arms. Well, the Patriot here is an out-and-out target black powder pistol. It was designed from the outset to be that, and that's exactly what it is. So the gun features adjustable sights, a hooded front sight, set triggers, and a spur to help hold the gun firmly, as well as a semi-saw handle grip. So yeah, this was designed to be a modern target black powder gun and was very, very effective. Now, I shot this gun for years, and we won no small number of competitions with it. Yeah, we did. And we developed our own set of tools to work the gun, including this range rod here, especially for it, as well as, of course, this loading stand, which is custom fit for this piece. Now I'm going to take the gun out and shoot it, and so you can actually see it loaded and shot. Now it's been years since I've shot this gun, so we're going to have to remember a little bit of the loads I used, but I think I've still got them in there somewhere. Now about the gun in particular and why you might want to own one. There is no better tool than a pistol very similar to this to teach a person how to shoot pistol. It's a single shot. You must of necessity pause between shots to reload. It gives you a chance to think about what you're doing. This is not just bang, 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 bang something. And you have a chance to pay full attention to what you need to do. That is sight picture, trigger pull, and breath control. Now, because this has a very excellent set of set triggers on it, a lot of the trigger pull problems are solved with this gun. So that leaves only two: sight picture, breath control. So if you have only these two factors to work with, and if you know your load, and you know how to load uniformly and well, and that's what these specialized tools allow you to do, then you can do precision work with this gun. And the information transfers to all other handguns. It's a mistake for many people to start off with semi-automatics as their first gun. It really is. The guy thing is to go bang, 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 and see how fast you can empty it. And that's not the way to learn how to shoot pistol. Yeah, you spend a lot of ammunition, but you don't hit well. With this pistol, one shot and pauses between shots, yeah, you can really learn how to shoot. So we're going to go out to the range and show you exactly how. The key to good muzzleloading shooting is uniform loads. So we're going to try to be as uniform as we can, and that's one reason this loading stand is so valuable. So we measure out our powder here, 20 grains of triple FG, okay. This helps to ensure that the powder goes straight down the bore, okay. Then we take a styrofoam wad and put that down on top of the powder. Crunch, okay, a little bit. This material is washed pillow ticking. Pillow ticking has sizing in it, and it needs to be washed before you use it. Now I'm going to stick the end of this in my mouth and get a good coating of saliva, and that's going to be the bullet lubricant. We've got a 440 round ball. There was great differences between which particular balls fit which particular guns during this period. And so you can buy 440 round balls, 445 round balls, and 451s. And different guns will shoot different balls well. Okay, put the patch in, cut it off at the muzzle. Okay, we have our short starter. We'll go ahead and seat it all the way down. Okay, now this ramrod has a brass end here that fits on the muzzle so it doesn't scratch or bother the riflings. Plus this is aluminum and that's aluminum, so no steel actually touches the inside of the barrel. And you ram it home. Clunk. And now, except for capping, we are loaded. Shooting either National Rifle Association or National Muzzleloading Rifle Association targets is a little bit different from shooting at game. For one thing, it's one-hand offhand shooting, and you get to the line, and that's the only time that you have a cap on the gun is when you're actually at the firing line. This is a set triggered gun, so the first thing you do is set your trigger. Okay. Now, with target shooting, the usual thing is to shoot a shot downrange beforehand. That way you work with a more uniform barrel. So I actually do a cleaning between shots, reload, and shoot again, another cleaning, and so on as we go through the match. Now typically one would shoot 5 rounds. Okay, so this is going to be our fouling shot. So we've set the trigger. Now a touch on this rear trigger will fire the gun, and I do mean a touch. So you don't put your finger inside the trigger guard even until you are facing the target. And I'm going to aim at the bottom center of the target so I can get an idea of where this load actually shoots. Bang. Okay, we have our first round away, our fouling shot. Between shots with your black powder pistol, you need to take some of the accumulated fouling out of the bore. So what you do is you take a patch, a piece of t-shirt material, and you dampen it with saliva, and you put it on your bristle brush like this, and then you take it and you run it once down the bore and once up, then you reverse it once down and once up. Okay, you see we're actually moving some material. Then you take a dry patch, once down, up, once down, and back up. And that way you keep the bore in the same condition from shot to shot. So not only do you condition your bore by shooting a fouling shot before you start your string, you also condition by keeping the bore at about the same state from shot to shot. Well, the last hit was in the 8 ring. I'm just going to shoot for group rather than score. So I'm going to try to aim very consistently at the same spot and show you how the pistol will group. On this target, I'm actually aiming right here. And that's placing the shots, as you see, right up in here. Had I moved up a bit and been aiming instead right here, then that would have put them in the middle of the bullseye. But we're going to continue with our same aiming point and see how tight a group we can shoot. Well, that's not a bad score at 25 yards for a gun I haven't touched in decades. The last one actually hit the bullseye, which was not really intentional. I could see a little bit of the front sight going high, so that shot would have been exactly as I would have called it. How did we do? Well, the Patriot did just fine. I did not so hot, as a matter of fact. Okay. We have a 25-yard target here, and if I had sighted right here instead of right here, this would have moved this entire group up 2 inches, which would have put most of the stuff in the 9 ring with a couple in the 8. All right, well, that's not terrible. Matter of fact, that's better than many, but it's certainly not as good as this gun is capable of. And it illustrates a couple of things. Even though I knew the gun, it had been 10 years or more since I'd shot it, and I even forgot where I was holding on the target. I was actually holding right here. So that would have put all the shots in the black and in the 8 and 9 ring. Okay, so that would have been a very definite improvement. This also illustrates that, yeah, if I'd gone to a match and paid money for it, I would have just wasted the match fees, because this target would not have won anything, not by a long shot, even in a local match, much less in a national one. But this is what you do. You shoot your targets, you save them, you see what you're doing, you keep track of what you're doing, you keep track of your load. There's a space here so you can record all this information, so you can keep track of your improvements. Yeah! So the more you shoot, the better you get. And that's what this pistol shooting takes. It takes the shooting part of it. It's not all the gun, and it's not all the shooter. It takes the combination of the two to get this stuff done. So, if you want to learn how to shoot pistol, yeah, you've got to shoot pistol. And a high quality gun like this, even if you never shoot in competition, will teach you a whale of a lot.
And here's another look at the gun.
But now, this is Hovey Smith, reminding you to hunt what you eat and eat what you hunt. Be legal, be ethical, be safe, goodbye, God bless, and see you next time.
Among my prize-winning books are Extreme Muzzleloading, Backyard Deer Hunting, Crossbow Hunting, and Practical Bow Fishing, and all of these are available as softcover and e-books. I have an 8-book e-book series out for 2013-14, including Shooting and Maintaining Your Muzzleloader, which is available right now. With muzzleloading pistol shooting, remember the rule of the 7 P's. Proper prior preparation prevents piss poor performance. Yeah! For more information on my books, blogs, and videos, go to my website at www.hoveysmith.com. Good hunting and good eating from the outdoors. Goodbye, and God bless.